Shigakura, a supporter of the opposition movement for democratic change, MDC, left Zimbabwe in 2003. Zimbabweans in South Africa held protests earlier this month calling for Mugabe to step down. Now, the dream of returning home to her husband and 5 children seems almost within reach. "I was dancing in my house yesterday, it's like Christmas, it's like New Year," the 43-year-old said. Shigakura, a supporter of the opposition movement for democratic change, MDC, left Zimbabwe in 2003. At the time, a government crackdown on her party was in full swing. "Next year, I am going back home, if the industries are open. I am not afraid of my country anymore," she said. After nearly 4 decades in power, Mugabe resigned Tuesday following a military takeover. The majority of Zimbabweans had only known life under Mugabe, the world's oldest head of state, under a rule defined by brutality, rigged elections, joblessness, and international isolation. His successor Emmerson Mnangagwa, known as the crocodile for his ruthlessness, has promised jobs, jobs, jobs. It will take many of the up to 3 million Zimbabweans who made South Africa their home some time before they feel ready to return. "I am planning to go back to Zimbabwe, as soon as I get money," said Enoch Makuvire, a 28-year-old living in Johannesburg. "As soon as I get money, obviously, I am going to go back," he said, adding, "It wasn't by choice that I left Zimbabwe." Asked whether he believed Mnangagwa, once one of Mugabe's closest allies, would do a better job at running the country, Makuvire said he was confident things would improve. "We are not saying that everything is going to change overnight. But there is the beginning of hope." Ashley Shanks, a 31-year-old building painter who came to South Africa desperate for work in 2015, said he wanted to make sure the economy improves at home before he packs his bags. "Investors must come to Zimbabwe first," Shanks said, adding that until he can sense palpable change, he will stay put. "Mugabe has left, we can't wait to go back to our homes, but that's not going to be now." Standing on the pavement in a busy Johannesburg neighborhood, he and a group of Zimbabwean friends, also daily wage workers, chat, sip beers and listen to music as they wait to be recruited for the day. A Zimbabwean living in South Africa burns a shirt of the ruling ZANU-PF party. With unemployment now soaring at 27% in South Africa, daily work has become hard to come by here too. Many of those living in South Africa were once teachers, bankers and merchants, explained Shanks, himself a political science graduate. But here, Zimbabweans must often settle for menial jobs, and have even suffered several waves of deadly anti-immigrant violence in recent years. This month, Shanks has only worked 10 days. Still, he is probably better off in South Africa, with unemployment at home soaring at over 90%. To kill time as they wait for work, Shanks and his friends dance to a song by Zimbabwean singer Ya Preza. "You rule with an iron fist," goes one of the songs, as Shanks explains that the lyrics are about the injustices that the people suffered under President Robert Mugabe's autocratic regime. In Randburg, a well-to-do neighborhood in northern Johannesburg, a group of mainly white Zimbabweans gather for a drink at the Sundowner Bar.